Hello dear creatives, welcome to another interesting and intensive online tutorial. My name is Adiola once again, and I'm so excited and thank you so much for joining in. I'm so happy to meet with you all. Okay, today I'm going to teach you how to make a beautiful turban with a non-stretch fabric. Okay, and this turban has the cross front. All right, this is not the regular crisscross type of turban, but it's also another type of turban that has the cross front. Okay, so here are the materials needed for this tutorial. I have my non-stretch fabric, and this is a striped fabric right here. I have my measuring tape, which is very important. I have my glue stick, or you can also call this candle glue. Okay, I have my gemstones right here, the silver type, and I also have another type like the leaf shape gemstones for embellishment. Okay, I have my office pin right here. I have my tailor's chalk for marking. I have my scissors, the straight scissors, and I also have the zigzag scissors right here. And don't forget, I also need a matching thread. You can either use black or white for this project because it's a stripe, a white and black stripe fabric. So let's get started. Welcome back dear creatives. So I have my fabric right here, and the measurement of this fabric is we have the children head circumference size and the adult head circumference size. For an adult, the length of this fabric is 50 inches. Okay, that is your head circumference plus 15. Welcome back dear creatives. So I have my fabric right here, and I've cut this fabric, but I'm going to be showing you the measurements. Okay, so for an adult turban, for this kind of turban, if you're making for an adult, you're going to times your head circumference, meaning that if your head circumference is 22, you will have 22 times 2, that is 44. Okay, so if your head circumference is 23, you'll be having 26. Okay, so the length of your fabric is going to be double your head circumference plus 15. Now I'm using 22 as my head circumference for this turban, and 22 times 2 is 44, so plus 15 inches, making 59. all right, don't forget that this fabric is non-stretchy, and that is why we are having this measurement. Okay, so 44 inches, which is 2 times your head circumference plus 15 inches. Now for a child, you can make the width of this meaning the wideness, the width of this fabric right here is 18 inches. Okay, can you see this is 18 inches? For a child, you can make it 25, you can make it 10 inches, which is 25 centimeters. Okay, you can either use centimeters or inches. Okay, if I turn my measuring tape upside down, I'm having 46 centimeters right here, but for inch I have 18 inches. Okay, so I hope that will not confuse you. I'm going to take it one more time. Now the length of your fabric is double your head circumference plus 15, which is 59. Okay, for me right now I have 59 here. 59 is the length. Okay, let me pull my fabric so you can see. Okay, so this is 59 right here. That is the length of this material, of this fabric, and the width, okay, is 18 inches. For a child, it's actually going to be the same length, but the width is just going to be shorter. So instead of having 18, you have 10 inches for the child or for the baby, and for an adult you have 18 inches. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold, coming in by 1 inch. Okay, just go ahead and come in at the edge right here by 1 inch. Okay, this is 1 inch right here. Just fold it. I'm going to start from the edge so you understand what I'm about to do. Okay, this is the edge right here. So come in by 1 inch right here, fold it inwards. Okay, I'm folding it inwards and I'm picking it out this way. Okay, I'll do that again. Go ahead and fold in by 1 inch this way, and pick it together with the back, and I'm going to secure with my office pin. And this is the method I'm going to use to form my band. You know, instead of cutting your band separately, this method is also fast for you. Okay, this way I'm going to pin it straight down. Can you see? It's going to look like this, but let me go ahead and pin it right till the end, and I'll show you how it looks like before I sew. All right, and don't forget that you are going to do that for both edges, this side and the other side here, okay, so as to hide the rough edges of the fabric. So I'm going to fold in this way, pick it up, secure it with your office pin, and when I'm done doing this, I'm going to show you how it looks like. Welcome back, dear creatives. So I have my two edges folded in, and I already have my band. Don't forget, this is 1 inch right here. This is a 1 inch folding, and I picked the fabric from the other end and I just sewed it round, not round, straight from this end down to the other part, and I have my band right here. Okay, can you see how it looks? So I did that for the other parts this way, just to secure the rough edge. Okay, so at this point I will just use my shear scissors right here to cut off this part, okay, because I do not want the thread from the fabric to show, just to give it neat finishing. You can also weave it, okay, if you can, if you have a serger or a weaving machine, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the fastest method by just trimming off the edges with my shear scissors. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and when I'm done, we'll move to the next stage. Okay, welcome back. Actually, I just trimmed it off, but at the end of everything I'm going to use my shear scissors after joining. Okay, so for this part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 3 inches in between from this point to this point right here. I'll start from here, okay, and this is 1 inch, 2 inch and 3 inch. Then I mark, okay, from the marked part. So this is the marked part right here. So from this marked part, I'm also going to measure 3 inches and mark, okay, another 3 inches I mark, and then I have 3 inches back here. So meaning that I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 3 inches has divided my fabric into 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the edge also. Measure 3 inches, you mark, another 3 inches you mark, and then the third 3 inches, then you mark. Okay, so that's exactly how I'm going to mark it from this end down to the other end, and then I'll show you how to join that midpoint together. Welcome back, dear creative. So I've marked my fabric. So I have 3 inches from here to here, another 3 inches from here to here, and another one from here to here, and another one from here to here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my office pin to pin the parts I want to sew. Now I'm just going to pick in between the 3 inches, hold it this way, use my office pin to hold it in place. Okay, that way. Also, I'm going to pin directly on top of the 3 inches marking right here. Just fold it, okay, and hold it in place with your office pin. Okay, that makes it 2. Now I'm going to fold in between. Don't forget, this is in between 3 inches. This is on top of the 3 inches marking. This is now going to make it in between 3 inches marking, which I'm still going to use my office pin to hold also. Okay, and then I have my 3 inches marking, which I'm going to hold. Now if you notice that I'm holding it close to the bottom, okay, I'm holding it, I'm not using my office pin to hold it on top this way, I'm holding it towards the bottom. That's because I'm going to be sewing just the tip right here. Same for this, just the tip, and just the tip. Okay, this is our mid 3 inches marking. I'm going to hold it, use my office pin to hold it in place, and also I can decide to leave this part if it is not enough. So I already have 1 2 3 4 5, and I'm going to sew it from this point down to the other point, meaning I'm going to continue to use my office pin to hold this part right here. Okay, so when I'm sewing, I'm not confused and I'm having the correct or the accurate stitch or the accurate pleats. Okay, so I'll use my office pin to hold. This is pleat 1 from here to here. This is 2. This is 3. Okay, 1 2 3. Okay, I have 4 right here, 4, and this is 5. Okay, and that is how I'm going to pin it from one end to the other, and then I'm going to sew. Don't forget, I'm just going to sew this tip right here, and I'm going to sew all the 5 tips of the pleats for this turban. Welcome back, dear creatives. So I have my fabric right here, and as you can see, I've stitched the midpoint right here. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 stitch in between my 2 edges. Okay, so I'm going to place my fabric with the wrong, this is the wrong side and this is the right side. So I'm going to place my fabric with the right side, with the wrong side facing each other this way, and I'm going to split it into 2 equal halves. I'll use my scissors right here to split it into 2 equal halves. You can just go ahead and cut it this way. So each piece will be 29.5. Don't forget that the whole length of the fabric that we have right here is 59 inches, meaning 22 plus 22 plus 15. Okay, so I'm going to cut it into 2 equal halves, and here I have it. I actually did not have enough of this fabric, and I just liked the stripe, so I decided to join this part. Okay, but it's also fine if you have a longer fabric, it also works very fine. All right, so I'm going to cross it this way with the wrong side facing up. Okay, this is the wrong side right here, and this is the right side. Okay, I'm going to place it this way like a cross, and I'm going to put it this way. Okay, welcome back. So this is my cross right here, so I'm going to cover up this opening. So this will be my band part. So this is going to be opening 1, opening 2 right here, and opening 3. So I'll just use my office pin to hold it this way. I'll start from the edge, pin it so that you can hold it in place while sewing it, and I'm just going to pin it twice. Okay, same for this part. And also this last part. I'm starting from the edge right here so I can have equal edges. Okay, so I'm going to start from the edge this way, and then I take it inwards. Okay, so this is how it looks. I'm going to close up this part from here to here, here to here, and here to here. Welcome back, dear creatives. So I have my fabric right here. Don't forget that we had 3 openings before now. Opening 1, 2, and opening 3. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is, after closing it, I'm going to turn it with the right side facing each other. Don't forget, this is the right side, and I'm going to put it with the right side facing each other this way. And as usual, I'm going to close it up, coming in by ½ an inch. Just go ahead and sew it. Make sure that the band is touching each other and it's equal. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew it from here to the end, and I'll use my hand needle and thread to make my gathers. But before then, let me go ahead and just close this opening right here. Welcome back, dear creative. So I just went ahead to do a running stitch from this point down to this point right here. So I have my needle and my thread, and I will just use it to gather this back right here. Okay, don't forget that I said I was going to come in by ½ inch, so I can have ½ inch from this point to gather. Okay, don't forget that you do not gather after your stitch, you gather above it. Okay, so it's safer and better that way to give you a very nice gather. Okay, as you can see, I'm gathering just above the stitch that I made. So I'm going to go ahead and pleat this. I'm sure you are not new to gathering the depth of your turban right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, and when I'm done, I will show you the finished product or how to embellish this beautiful turban. Welcome back. So I just gathered this part right here, and I'm going to turn this inside out for you to see how it looks. Don't forget to trim off your rough edges with your shear scissors. Okay, I'm going to be doing that after this tutorial. Okay, but just to save time, I will just show you how it looks like. I just flipped it inside out, back to the normal shape as it is. So here is my turban. Okay, this is the band. This is the front band. Okay, the band starts from here and also to this part, so it gives you a V front when you put it on. And this is the back right here. Okay, this is the back of the turban, which I just pleated. So when you flip this to the front, okay, you can have this. Now this is different from the regular for those of us who have registered for the Ankara turban class, or who have been following my illustration on crisscross front turban, probably the Indian turban, or whichever design that you think you already know. This is a totally different front of a turban. As you can see, there is no pressure whatsoever in front right here. And also you can decide, because there is a hole right here, you can decide to just use a loop to hold this part right here and just put a very nice brooch in front of it. It's also going to be very beautiful, and you can also leave it this way. So now to the embellishment, I actually have my silver gemstones right here and this. So I'm going to be embellishing this, and I'm going to be using my hot glue gun and my hot glue stick. This is the candle glue. Some people call it candle glue, so I'm going to be using this. If you do not have a gun, you can go ahead and use candle. Just melt your glue, okay, this way, and apply your pearl and just place it on. So I'm going to embellish this right here, and then I will show you the finished outcome of this beautiful turban. Welcome back, dear creatives. So this way, I decided to use my loop, this, to hold the mid parts here. Okay, I have my fabric right here, and this fabric on fold is 2.5 inches, meaning that the full length, okay, is 5 inches. But I've sewn this part, and the length of this fabric is 8 inches long. Okay, so just go ahead and sew it with the right side facing each other. So I'm going to turn it inside out to form my loop, and I'm going to use this loop to hold the the front parts of this turban. Okay, so here it is right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and use it to hold this midpoint right here. Okay, can you see? Now this is the front, so it's going to have like a slant front. Okay, this is the front of the turban. So you have like a big bow in front of the turban this way. All right, and that is the pattern we intend to achieve by making this cross front turban. So I'm going to go ahead and take this to the sewing machine. Don't forget, I will sew it with the wrong, this is the wrong side, okay, and this is the right side. So I'll position it like this, and I'm going to sew it. I'm not sewing it too tightly, okay, so that the bow will not be too tight. So I'm just going to sew it about 1.5 inch this way. So by the time I finish sewing it, I'm going to flip it to the right side. So quickly, I'm going to go ahead and stitch this, and I'll show you how to turn it so you can have a neat loop to cover the front of your turban. I'm going to go ahead and cut. So I've stitched it right here, so just cut it this way, and then I'm going to turn it to the right side, okay, and move the sewn parts under the front right here. Just hide it behind this way, okay, and then you have your loop. You can adjust it just to suit your style or your taste. Okay, so I think I like it this way, so I'll go ahead and embellishment. I have my candle here. Like I said, you can use your candle to attach your gemstones. Okay, you can use your UHU gum, but UHU gum does not really last that long as much as you use your hot glue. So I'll use my candle and my hot glue. Just put on your candle this way, melt it, attach it or just place it a little bit on top of your glue right here, and then you embellish. I'm going to embellish this as I like, because embellishment is optional and it's also according to your taste or your client's taste. So I'm going to go ahead and embellish this, and I'll show you how it looks like when I'm done. Welcome back, dear creatives, and as you can see, I've embellished my turban, and I just followed the black line, and I embellished only the black lines. Okay, don't forget you can use any fabric of choice that is non-stretchy. You can also try it out with a stretchy fabric to see how it will turn out. All right, I look forward to seeing your practicals. Okay, please go ahead and drop your questions, comments, your feedback. Tell me how the video quality is. Tell me if the video or the tutorial is detailed enough. Okay, I'll be looking forward to seeing your practicals. It's very important to me. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Adiola. Please go ahead and join our Facebook group at Allured by Ruby Craft Academy, and also join okay, I think the name I've been refined to Allured by Ruby Headwear and Millinery Academy. Okay, but whichever way, we're inviting you to join us so you can have free illustrations from time to time. Don't forget to follow us back to back on Instagram at Allured by Ruby, and also our Facebook page is Allured by Ruby. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll see you next class. My name is Adiola once again. Bye.